could make the difference.
What does it say, though, that essentially news organizations, your campaign, your candidate, everybody's essentially declared the Democratic nomination done? Okay, it's not technically over, the numbers aren't there, but the Democratic voters have been told, hey guys, this race is done, it doesn't matter if Sanders wins, and it's almost as if voters are defying it in California. Does that concern you, that in the face of all the evidence that says, well, Clinton's going to win, that there isn't a rally around Clinton effect? There has been a rally around Trump effect in primaries.
Well, look, I think Senator Sanders is still contesting this primary very fiercely, and so his supporters are still very riled up, and you've seen in the public polling on the potential head-to-head matchup between her and Trump that we still have consolidation left to occur, which shows you that the Bernie Sanders supporters are still very much looking forward to the opportunity to cast a ballot for him in a state like California. I think that California is very meaningful, and we're certainly not treating it as if this is a done deal. That's why she's spending the next 5 days out there.
Obviously, you want to win it. So losing then is, it's a big, when you're contesting it, you could walk away from it. You don't need it. And by not walking away from it, you're raising the stakes.
Well, we think it's important for two reasons. Number one, on principle, she believes in making sure that every ballot counts, and she's been content and resolved in the last several weeks to wage this primary fight all the way through not just California, but the D.C. primary that votes the following week. But also California will be important in terms of ensuring that we clinch the majority of the pledged delegates. And that should be the metric by which the nomination is decided. We believe that with California counted in there, majority of the pledged delegates next Tuesday night, and after that there'll be no doubt who this nominee is.
What do you say to Jane Sanders that says, you know, hey, if you don't have with pledged delegates and you need the superdelegates, then it should wait till the convention?
Well, if you threw out all the superdelegates and you only counted the pledged delegates, she will have a majority of the pledged delegates after Tuesday night. That's why I think California is meaningful. So even if you took out the 700-some-odd superdelegates, she will have won by virtue of the pledged delegates, as well as counting the sheer raw votes. In terms of the popular vote, she's got a margin of more than 3 million. So there's really no rationale by which you will be able to say after Tuesday that she's not the nominee.
Senator Sanders said to me on Sunday that he believes, when I said, what's your path? And he says, number one, it is having, they need to have the lead in pledged delegates.
Right.
Is that a fair, you think he himself has given a fair metric of what is contested and not?
Well, otherwise, I think he is arguing for the superdelegates to swing the outcome in favor of somebody that finished second in the pledged delegates. That would be clearly thwarting the will of the electorate.
I want to